Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new then welcome. Today's pick a card reading is an interesting one. We are going to see you versus them, their current thoughts and feelings. Okay, this is about the person who is on your mind. In front of me, I have 3 different options, each with a different image in stone. Choose the one that really calls out to you. This is group 1, group 2, and group 3. Okay, let's get started. Hey, group number 1, you versus them, their current thoughts and feelings. Okay, so let's first take a look at the overall dynamic between you and the person on your mind. Okay, so it's coming across that I see, 2 people that were interested in each other, but it's like you couldn't quite get on the same page at the same time, is what I'm seeing. Okay, so yeah, I feel like there was a miscommunication between you two, and it just resulted in you both not knowing what each other wanted. So I feel like there was some kind of shift where, at first you both felt like you were on the same page, and then due to the miscommunication, it's like all of a sudden you both kind of feel like you're in the dark. And it has to do with the timing not being quite right. And then with this card, it kind of has a casual feel to it, like, well, we'll still see each other, but on more casual terms. We're not going to take this too seriously. But it's got that kind of feeling like I'd rather have you in my life than not at all. But this isn't ultimately what I want. Okay, so it could be like a situationship, where you two kind of act like you're seeing each other, but there's no label. It's very casual, kind of fling type feeling, just seeing each other but with no label, not sure what it is type of deal. I'll get back to this card though. Okay, so here is their thoughts and feelings. So we have the Hierophant, the 7 of Pentacles, the Knight of Swords, and the 4 of Swords. All right, so this person, honestly, I feel like when they met you, I feel like they felt so happy and joyful. You see how he's lit up and smiling and laughing? And the Hierophant is definitely like a card of commitment to something. So it does have this feeling of all this promise and joy, and I see all this pink around him, and it's like I just get such a passionate, joyful energy. So I do feel like sparks flew between you guys, when you first met and when you first were feeling like you were on the same page. And then it's like, I'm going to pull out the message cards because it tells more of a story. So with the Hierophant, we have listen to your heart. Okay, so this is them to you and them to themselves as well. Okay, so this person isn't used to feel allowing themselves to feel vulnerable and to really get in their feelings, and come from the heart. So this was all new to them. And on one hand, it's kind of like they don't want to ruin a good thing. Okay, and they recognize what they have with you as a good thing. So it's really about them putting pride aside and listening to their heart, and they hope you do the same thing because you're both kind of mirroring this okay, let's do this casual thing, if anything, even though I don't feel like that's what you both want. Then with the 7 of Pentacles, okay, so this is where, communication got odd between you two and there was a shift occurring. And it's kind of like they're saying, please give me time. I've never felt this way before. So it's like this person needs to kind of get grounded and really tap into what it is that they truly want and let go of fear and just take that leap of faith with you is what I'm seeing here. So right now, it's like you both have kind of shifted away from each other, even though I don't feel like that's what either of you want. But there is something about timing here and feeling like your best self that's also coming into play. Then we have, do you think about me too? So this is their bit of fear and doubt that creeps in where, they kind of want to back off and act like they don't need anyone, even though that's not what they want. And they do, wonder. A part of them feels like they know that this is what you want, and then another part of them is like, oh, I'm not sure, And you know, with the Knight of Swords, it's a very go-getter energy. It's kind of like if they got the right sign or heard from you, something obvious that this is what you want to, they would hit the ground running, okay, to bridge the gap to be with you. But because you're both like not doing that, and you're kind of mirroring like, you know, if the other really wants me for more, I'll hear from them. They'll make it obvious. Then neither one of you are doing anything. Okay, so with that not doing anything type of energy, it's kind of like, you know, with the Four of Swords, they're kind of just sticking to themselves, going inward. They want to come back as their most confident self. So it's like you're both kind of just keeping your distance, not really doing anything. For some of you, because it's a general reading, you are kind of having this friends with benefits type of connection, you know, with this card. But I don't feel like that's what either one of you really want, and it just feels like you're kind of both playing with your heart right now. And just not cutting to the chase of what it is that you really want. And they say, I just want you all the time. Right, but instead of taking that action, they're just kind of daydreaming about you and what you two could be, you know, and they're trying to build up their courage and confidence, but again, though, they're kind of just waiting for you is what I'm seeing. So let's take a look at your cards to see your thoughts and feelings on this connection. Okay, so we have the High Priestess reversed, Judgment reversed, King of Wands, and the Wheel. All right, so I'm seeing that you guys basically at this point feel like you're in the dark as far as this connection with them goes. You're not really sure what to make of anything. Okay, especially with the High Priestess reversed. So a lot of you are not in communication. So that's why I'm surprised this card almost came up, except for the fact that it's a general reading. So some of you might still be in communication and seeing each other, but like I said, on a casual level. With Judgment reversed, I kind of get the impression that something might have been said or done, okay, where you two kind of either got into it or it created this shift between you two where, like I said, like you don't communicate, you're not seeing each other, and you're both kind of just sticking to yourselves, you know, hoping you hear from the other one, hoping that if there's still something there, you know, it gets brought to light and like you both can make things right. So let me take out the message cards because they tell, you know, more of a story. We have I meant what I said. Okay, so you're trying to say like, hey, you know, this was real for me regardless of like what went down. I meant what I said, like. And then we have, I think we should slow down. So it's interesting that you both kind of wanted to take more time as far as, you know, coming into this connection. But then you have, I felt guided to write this for the next one. You're a temptation, okay? Yeah. So even though, you know, I feel like you want more, you're kind of like, oh my goodness, but you're so attractive. We have such like a magnetic draw to each other, and you know, chemistry is on point that, you know, it does have that feeling of like you both feel like, oh, I would rather see you than not have you in my life. But that's where it kind of would make things a bit more complicated is what I'm getting. And then we have a Wheel, and do you even see me that way? So that's the part you both kind of are mirroring this bit of doubt. Like you, I feel like I said, like on one level you both know this is what you both want, but due to the miscommunication or things not being exactly the right timing, so this could have a dynamic where maybe they wanted you for more when you weren't sure about them, and then when you wanted them for more, they were like, oh, I don't know. So it's definitely got this kind of flip-flop energy with the Wheel here, and both of you wondering, do you think about me too? Do you see me that way? So, you know, something with the timing has just kind of been not like you both don't have it at the same time is what I'm getting, even though I feel like you both want each other for more. But then we have the Stork card, okay, which suggests like a new start. So I feel like ultimately if one of you, you know, breaks this barrier of not communicating, that it's going to reignite this. Because we've got two go-getter cards here, the Knight of Swords and the King of Wands, and it's like they're both willing to make this happen, which is representing both of your energies, even though you're both kind of currently at a standstill, waiting for the other. Okay, group number 1, this is what I see for you guys. If this resonates, let me know in the comments, and if it does, don't forget to give it a like. Also, if you guys have any questions, feel free to book a personal reading with me anytime by emailing me your questions at my email, and then choosing a payment option on the Linktree link. All of that is in the description box in YouTube, or you can find it in the community tab. Thank you all so much for being here. Bye. Hey, group number 2. You versus them, their current thoughts and feelings. Okay, so first let's take a look at the overall energy dynamic between you two. Okay. So we've got a situation where you and the person on your mind, it's like they definitely have a decision to make, is what I'm seeing. Like, this person feels like they're at a crossroads. And all I'm getting is like they really want something stable, something secure, something real. And they do feel like, if, you know, part of this choice is like leaving what's familiar for the unknown. And it's scary to them, you know? And it's like, I see that, you know, they're not being honest about something. And so I got a clarifier on that. And it's like their heart is guarded, like more so than what they would ever let on to anyone, okay? Because this person, they definitely like to appear cool, calm, collected, and like nothing phases them. So, you know, they're not really one to open up about what their dilemma is or what they're going through. They really like to kind of just tough it out on their own and, you know, just remain that person, like a boss, basically, is like how they come across. So we'll get back to the rest. Let's take a look at each of your current thoughts and feelings, starting with the person on your mind. Okay, so we have the King of Pentacles, the King of Cups, the Ace of Swords reversed, and the Two of Wands. All right, so this person is definitely somebody who comes across, like I said, like very cool, calm, and collected, very much like on top of their game no matter what it is that they're doing. And, you know, it's interesting because some of you might actually work with this person, you know, because we're leading with the Pentacles, so it's a very work or business related card. So that's going to go for some of you. But it's interesting because, you know, we have two kings next to each other, so I'm really getting like this person really feels protective over you guys. Okay, I feel like that's a very sweet energy to have. Like, regardless of what, you know, if you two end up becoming something or not, like this person, they'll always have a place in their heart for you, and like they'll never forget you. Okay, it has that type of feel to it. And like I said, like very protective. Like they will always want to make sure like you're okay, like no matter what. Like you two don't have to be together in order for them to care about you in that way, is what I'm getting at. Yeah, in fact, this is funny. This is one of the first times this has ever popped out at me, like the sailboat in the distance. And it's like he doesn't even have to be by it. But, you know, he loves the sea, he loves sailing, like all metaphorically speaking. Like as long as he knows like you're near, whether you're near or not even, it's like he wants to make sure you're okay. Interesting. Okay, so you both, though, well, they currently feel like they're in the dark, though, as far as like what decision to make, where you stand exactly. Okay, so I feel like you're both feeling kind of in the dark. Like, we'll get to your cards, but I kind of sense this mutual, like, what is going on here? Like, we both feel this connection, but nothing's happening. That type of vibe. All right, let's take a look at the message cards because they tell even more of a story about what's going on here. All right, so we start off with there is someone else. Okay, this is a general reading, so this isn't going to be true for all of you, but it is coming across for some of you that this person could already be with somebody. And then, you know, you came into the mix and I feel like it just shook things up. they ended up catching feelings. They were, totally in shock about this, and they're like, okay, not sure what to do now, and that could be part of the decision that has to be made. And like I said, like, they feel like you're more unknown. This is more of a gamble, but they don't deny that they have feelings. They want what would, create that stability in their life. Again, with the sail analogy, like, yeah, they just want to know, like, are you the real deal or not? Okay, so you two do come across as being like a friend right now. So, like, to keep it safe, they're kind of keeping it that way. So if you're like, nothing's happening, yeah, this person knows that to have you be anything other than a friend would rock the boat, and they're not sure they're ready to do that yet. So their heart's definitely guarded, even though you shook them alive, like you shook them awake, like they're feeling things again with the King of Cups here. For those of you that this person isn't with someone, then that's just saying like there's something else, okay, that's tying up their energy and attention. It could be what they do for a living, okay? Like, it's going to be different for all of you. And it's kind of like they know that they have a decision to make too, or it's just not the right timing. Like, if whatever they're doing requires that much time, then it does. But they don't deny that they want to stay connected to you because they feel so alive with you. Okay, then we have 1 cup. Yep, that represents, like the emotions that came stirring in them. They haven't felt this way in a long time, and it's very crush-like and sweet. And like I said, like, you just awoke these emotions in this person. Then we have 1 sword, which is ironic because it's under the Ace of Swords, which is reversed. So this person's definitely in the dark. They like want clarity on the situation so they can get out of the dark and make a decision. This person does not like being inactive, and they're very inactive when it comes to you. And I feel like it kind of like, it just makes them feel like, Then we have, I hope you'll wait for me. And again, a big 3. So it's kind of like they know that due to something else, they're not able to just pursue you. And that's why, you're seen to be, they keep you as this friend. Like, they want you in their life, they care about you. And yet they're torn and they want to get clarity, and they hope you'll wait. So currently, the 2 of Wands is a very like, I want to take action, but as of right now, I'm in the planning stages. And so I'm just kind of watching you from afar and kind of daydreaming about what we could be, but not really putting in the action just yet. So deep down, they hope you'll wait for them, even though they know like that's a lot to ask. Okay, so let's take a look at your current thoughts and feelings. Okay, we have the 5 of Cups reversed, 7 of Cups, the 2 of Swords, and the Ace of Wands. All right, so this definitely has a feeling of like, you and this person both go back and forth in your mind. Like, one minute you both kind of like, indulge in this fantasy of like what you two could be. And, I feel like once reality hits that this isn't what's happening and currently not much is happening, it's like you feel kind of like let down and kind of sad about the whole thing. Okay, I'm seeing that with the 5 of Cups, but it is reversed. So it's a bit more hopeful than like the 5 of Cups upright. With the 7 of Cups though, I do feel like, it's like you both don't want to let this dream go though. Like, you both felt that spark and that connection, and just like the feelings just stirred in both of you, like this intense connection and crush-like feelings that you're both almost like, wow, like I don't feel that with just anybody. Like, I don't want to let this go. I want to explore it. So like, come on, like you're both kind of waiting for something to happen. This is about you. So more like with the 7 of Cups. So it's like you dive into fantasy and what you two could be. And it's like you feel this spark and this connection and all these emotions. And it's like you don't want to let that go. You want to explore that more. And it's kind of like you're in this place where you're just kind of like waiting, like, come on, like, what are we doing? We both feel this connection. Like, let's take some action on it already and see what we could be. See, does the reality live up to this fantasy? So just like the person on your mind, you're also feeling like you're not knowing which way to go. It's like you're both at a crossroads. And so you're just kind of there, but the communication seems like it's here or there. Okay, I feel like it once was more than what it is now. So I feel like you're both just kind of like in this limbo land, yet feeling this intense connectedness and spark and passion that could be. All right, let's take a look at your message cards. We have let me have you. Okay, that's the part of you that's like, come on already, like. Okay, you have so many choices and options. That's interesting that that came up for you, because I actually felt like this person felt it about you, okay? But you both could think that, like, hey, the person on my mind, and they think you, like, you're both thinking each other are a catch. You have so many choices and options. So, yeah, but I still feel like that's kind of more them about you. But it is a general reading, so for some of you, you could definitely be thinking that about your person, too. We have you already know. That's what I was picking up just looking at your cards, like this feeling of you're like, oh, come on. Like, we both already know this is what we want deep down. Like, let's quit playing like we don't, because you both are kind of mirroring that. Like, a bit of keeping this on the low and acting like this, I could take or leave this connection. Like, you can't read me, you know. You both have a very mysterious vibe and a poker face. So this is a very mirroring connection, which is the only way I feel like that you both could know on some level that this is what you both want, but have that wonder, like, is this what you want though? Like, you both kind of had that little bit of doubt, you know. So it's like you both kind of keep each other at the edge of your seat. And then we have yeah, nah. So that's interesting, group two. I feel like you guys are coming to a point where you're like, nothing is happening with this, so if I don't hear from them soon, I'm gone. Okay, like, I was interested, and now it's like, yeah, boy bye, or girl bye, right? So you guys currently have this energy of I'm doing me. I know I'm a catch. I do have many choices and options. And, you know, if you're not going to make that decision, make that move, and just keep me at this friend / coworker level for some of you, it's like you're gone, you know? You're not wasting any more time. You've waited, you know? They need to either make a move or you're done. Okay, group number two, this is what I see for you. If this resonates, let me know in the comments. And if it does, don't forget to give it a like. If you have any questions about the person on your mind or any questions in general and would like to book a personal reading with me, email me your questions and choose a payment option on Linktree. I have all of that information in the description box in YouTube, or you could go to the community tab. Thank you all so much for being here. Bye. Hey, group number three. Okay, you versus them, their current thoughts and feelings. Okay, so let's take a look at the overall energy dynamic between you two. All right, so I see that in the beginning, this was first a really mutual connection with both of you. Okay, so like sparks flew, you both were like lit up, you know, and I just get the impression that this is what you both wanted. Like, it was obvious, there was no guessing. And then all of a sudden something happened and there was this shift, okay? So for a lot of you, I'm actually getting the impression that the person on your mind is like married to work or whatever it is that they do for a living, or will be. Okay, so some of these people, I just get that they're really busy. So they have a lot going on. They could be in work and school, or, you know, work and working on something. It could be a business, whatever it is. I do feel like this person ultimately wants to be their own boss, is like what's coming through. Or they could be a boss already. Either way, it's like, but they still want you, okay? I see them wanting to bridge the gap. They feel this passionate connection, okay? Very magnetic. So regardless of how busy they are, they do want you deep down to know, like, they still want this with you. Okay, so let's take a look at their thoughts and feelings for you. Okay, we have the Three of Pentacles, the Ten of Wands, the Queen of Pentacles, The Five of Pentacles. Okay, a lot of earth energy, so you guys could be dealing with an earth sign, but either way, it's got a very business-like feel to it. And like I said, like work, school, working on something, definitely like is taking up a lot of their time and attention. So I feel like right off the bat, you and this person kind of have a rocky situation because of how much of their time and attention is literally being called upon them right now. Okay, so they really don't have a lot of time for a relationship, is what I'm seeing. Okay, so they could currently be with somebody, but I feel like you guys would already know that. But if not, then I feel like this is just saying like they are like married to their job or whatever it is that they're working on. Okay, I do feel like, yeah, there was some kind of shift between you and this person. So one minute you guys were in communication or seeing each other a lot, and then the next minute, you know, like something shifted between you guys and you're not currently in communication or you don't see each other a lot. And with the Queen of Pentacles dominating this energy, it's like they're definitely like now throwing themselves completely into whatever it is that they're already working on. But meanwhile, you know, they still do wonder about you, they miss you, and they do like feel, you know, like the Five of Pentacles feels like it's on the outside looking in. That's like how they feel as far as this connection with you goes. Okay, so let's take a look at the message cards. Okay, we have, I left because you told me to. Okay, so I don't actually get that being literal. I feel like that's more like this person feels like they didn't really have a choice. You guys always have a choice, but my point is like whatever caused the shift between you two kind of made it to where it seemed like the next logical thing to do for now, okay? We have light. So no matter how much distance, you know, is between you guys, lack of communication, how much they dive into work, it's like this person will always be drawn to your light. Okay, there was just something about you, your vibe and energy that they just love. And they don't get it from just anybody else. Maybe you hurt me, but that's okay, I guess. So that kind of makes me feel like you and this person could have gotten into it, or something was said or done to where, you know, that could have created this shift. So even if you both didn't want it to happen, it's like, what happened? If that doesn't resonate, if you're like, I didn't say anything that would have caused this person hurt, then that's just basically saying like it hurt to disconnect from you due to whatever reason. We did have words do hurt right after that, so there's definitely something coming across though, to where this person's acknowledging they were hurt over this situation with you. But then regardless of all that, we have a beaming yes. So it's like if given the chance, this person heard from you and, you know, like sincerity from you, like that this is what you want, and, you know, it's like you two could make things right. Like we do have that. I want to bridge the gap between us, regardless of what happened. Okay, so let's take a look at your current thoughts and feelings. Okay, we have Temperance, Eight of Wands, the Six of Swords, and the Two of Pentacles. Okay, so you guys are all about getting back to yourself is what I'm seeing with Temperance. Okay, maintaining that balance, that centeredness, truly healing and letting go any hurt that you've experienced, you know, either from this person or anybody else from the past is what I'm seeing, and really just becoming like this, the best version of yourself, okay? Like an elevated version. You guys have a very passionate energy with the Eight of Wands. It's like, and you're very action oriented. So you guys are the type that if you heard from this person, I feel like you too would want to bridge the gap and make things right and reconnect with them, because, you know, there definitely is this fiery, passionate chemistry between you two, and, you know, a connection there that I feel like you both want to explore because you never got to, you know. Or if, yeah. The Six of Swords here, it's like you guys have this hopeful attitude that we can overcome any obstacle. And then we have the Two of Pentacles where you're kind of like weighing this though. Like, you're almost like, if this person were to come back around, would I or wouldn't I give this another go? okay? Because it does feel like kind of risky given whatever happened between you guys. Okay, so let's take a look at the message cards to get a glimpse even further into your current thoughts and feelings. We have I want you. Okay, so there's a part of you guys, it's like, all right, you know, like you think of this person as a catch and you're like, yeah, like I want this person, okay? Definitely physically drawn to this person as well as, you know, I feel like there are feelings there as well. So it's like, yeah. But then we have, I can't even look at you right now. So this definitely has a like, man, I want you, but I also can't stand you after whatever happened. So it is like you two got into it to some extent, okay? Interesting. Then we have I lost everything? So you're definitely going through an array of emotion. So a part of you wants this person, another part of you can't believe what went down between you two. So it definitely has this fiery, like when things are good, they're really good between us, but when they're not good, like it's really not good between us. And then the other part of you is like, oh no, like have I lost this amazing person from my life? Like there's that wanting to make things right with them. Then we have love is the answer. So it's like ultimately you would want to give this a shot is what I'm seeing. And I feel like that's the direction you would like go towards. So you guys you're feeling it all is what I'm seeing as far as this connection goes. And then we have reach out. It's like ultimately you want this person to be the one to reach out if this is what they want to. And then if they did, I feel like you both would make things right again. Okay, group number 3, this is what I see for you guys. If this resonates, let me know in the comments. And if it does, don't forget to give it a like. And if you guys have any other questions about the person on your mind or any questions at all, feel free to book a personal reading with me by emailing me your questions and clicking on Linktree to choose a payment option. All that information is in the description box in YouTube, or you can go to the community tab. Okay, thank you all so much for being here. Bye guys.